Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make what I like to call my overnight pumpkin French toast casserole. It is so wonderful, it's delicious. Now I think this could be served as a dessert because it's kind of like a bread pudding type of thing. It's delicious, but what's really great about it is that I call it overnight because truly you can assemble this and pop it in the fridge overnight, and then the next morning you bake it before you're ready to serve it for lunch, for brunch or breakfast. But it's also really great if you just leave it in the fridge for a couple of hours. So either one will do, but I say overnight because it's better. The longer I can stay, the better. And what's better if on a holiday morning you wake up and you just pop this into the oven, the house smells fantastic, get a pot of coffee going, a little bit of fruit, and you have got like a wonderful, wonderful family breakfast. Indulgent, but who cares? It's holiday season. Let me live. Let's go over the list of ingredients. What I have here is a mixture of heavy cream and whole milk. You're gonna need eggs, some pure pumpkin puree, granulated sugar, you need brown sugar, pumpkin pie spice, I've got vanilla extract, a little bit of orange, and you need some bread. Now you know that I love to use for either French toast or any bread pudding of any sort. I love to use challah bread. Challah bread is a lovely, really eggy bread, slightly sweet. It's fantastic. I like it to go stale for about a day or two before I use it because I feel like it absorbs everything better and gives you a better texture. So what I've done is I've just kind of cut my challah bread into large chunks like that, and I've placed them in a large buttered casserole dish. Set that aside, get working on your batter. This is really kind of just a small tweak on my classic baked French toast recipe, and this is what I want you to know as a home cook. It's always great to have basic recipes like for example, a custard for a French toast, or a custard for a bread pudding, or vanilla cupcakes, or whatever it is. It's always great to have a basic recipe, like a base that you can turn to over and over again and just play around with flavors. And then before you know it, you've got a wonderful new recipe with a base you already know and trust. And for a home cook, because you know I don't like to call myself a chef because I'm not one, but for a home cook, it is key to making great dishes, having a ton of different varieties if you just have those basics in your repertoire. Okay, pretty much adding everything in. I mean, it's really simple and really easy. I need a little bit of vanilla. I need to make more vanilla because I'm just about out. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of orange zest. I like it. I love it with the pumpkin. I love it with the pumpkin pie spice. I just feel like it tastes like holiday season, but a little goes a long way. You don't want this to taste like orange, like overwhelming like orange. So I would say maybe a half of an orange, a quarter of an orange. You don't have to put any at all. It's up to you. That's good for me. You could put some cranberries in here, dried cranberries, raisins, whatever you fancy, and just carefully mix until combined. Pour this custard all over the top. It's got beautiful color. Like I said, you could add dried cranberries to this. You could add some chocolate chips to this if you wanted to, or you could add raisins. I like it like this because I am going to put a streusel topping on top. It's the holiday season. Go overboard. I mean, why not? So I'm just going to keep it like this. Then we'll do a nice streusel crumb topping. And what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of pushing the bread into the custard just because I want to make sure that each piece of bread is covered with that custard, so it's got a nice heads up when it comes to soaking it all in. And now all I need to do is cover this with some plastic wrap, pop it in the fridge. Now like I said, you can pop it in the fridge for a few hours or overnight. Overnight works best, but knowing me, and because I want to show you, I'm going to pop this in for about 3 hours or so until the custard has really absorbed well into the bread. And then we'll get going and we'll bake it. And I'm just going to stay here and pretend that my whisk didn't just fall on my counter with batter all over it, because that's okay. All right, this has been setting for like 3.5 hours, but like I said, overnight works best. Now, to make the topping, what I have in this bowl is some all-purpose flour, brown sugar, regular sugar, and just a small pinch of pumpkin pie spice. I'm gonna just mix these together, just briefly, kind of to combine. And then to this, I'm going to add some really cold unsalted butter that I've just cut into small pieces. And using a pastry cutter, you can also use a fork, of course. I'm just going to cut the butter into the dry mixture until the size resembles the size of peas, the size of the butter. Looks good. Adding in some chopped walnuts. You can also add in pecans if you want to. Now I got my oven preheated to 350. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to scatter this mixture kind of evenly over the top. Oh, this is going to be so good. It just smells so wonderful already. Just scatter this over the top like so. And then what you need to do next is you need to cover this with some aluminum foil and then bake it covered for 30 minutes and uncovered. Take off the aluminum foil and bake it for an additional 45 minutes. So in total, it'll be in the oven for about an hour and 15 minutes. I will show you what it looks like when it's done, and it's gonna be so wonderful. And even though it's not breakfast right now, I'm still gonna brew a pot of coffee, decaf these days, because it's such a perfect combo. It's wonderful. So I'm gonna just cover it, pop it in the oven, and show you what it looks like when it's done. My baked French toast was in the oven, remember, 30 minutes covered and 45 minutes uncovered, and it's perfect. I literally took this out 5 minutes ago. I should let this cool further, but I'm telling you, it smells so outrageously good. I have to give this a try. I do think that with something this sweet, you can definitely get about 12 servings out of this whole thing, but hey, it's up to you because it's really quite dense. It is quite heavy, so like I said, I think 12 portions would be perfect. Oh, it looks gorgeous. I'm gonna go for this piece right here because it's crusty on the edges. I should really let this cool further. Oopsie. Oh, get that on my plate. Yes, that is just, I'm gonna dissect it, you know that. It's lovely. It's still a little, it's not dry in the center, which I don't like that. I like it, I like when the custard still has a little jiggle, like a little wobble to it. And this, as it continues to sit and cool and rest, it will set a little bit more, but I'm impatient. I absolutely must dig in because it smells outrageously good. Oh my word. That is so good. Make sure you put that orange in there. It makes it. It really does. It instantly gives it like a light, fresh flavor. It is so worthy of being on your table. Even this weekend, I don't care. It's your life. You should be serving this for breakfast. Why not? It's the weekend after all. Go to laurainthekitchen.com to get the written recipe. You will love this. Just let it cool a little bit further before you dig into it because it's so hot. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Ooh.